Okay, so you know that feeling right when you're like staring at your computer, trying to like make your resume absolutely perfect, and you've got that job interview coming up? It's exciting, but also kind of terrifying.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, today we're diving into some really great advice to make sure you totally nail those interviews, especially in English. We're going to be looking at Ace Your Interview, tips for English job interviews.
Awesome.
And, we're going to get into those less obvious but super important things that can really make a difference.
For sure.
So beyond, like wearing a nice outfit and showing up on time,
Right.
let's jump into tip number 7, research.
Yes.
Now, I'll admit, sometimes that feels like homework,
Yeah.
but I have a feeling it's more than just quickly reading the About Us page on their website,
Oh,
right?
definitely. It's all about showing them you're actually interested. Like, imagine you're interviewing someone. Wouldn't you be way more impressed if they, like, knew about some recent challenges your company's facing, or they could connect their skills to a project you're working on?
That makes a lot of sense.
You need to go deeper than just the website.
Yeah.
Look at news articles and their social media, maybe even industry reports.
So basically prove you did your homework
Yeah.
and you're not just applying to every job posting you see.
Exactly.
Okay, so you've researched the company, you're ready to impress them, but how do you actually talk about yourself and your experiences in a way that stands out?
Right.
Tip number 8 is all about the STAR method. I've heard of this, but I've always wondered what makes it so effective.
So the STAR method, it stands for situation, task, action, and result. And it's kind of cool how it works.
Okay.
It plays into how interviewers think. They want to see how you solve problems. They want a story.
Mm.
And when you use the STAR method, you're giving them this really clear, memorable story.
Oh, I see.
You're not just listing off skills, you're actually proving you've used them successfully.
So it's showing, not just telling. I love it.
Exactly.
Could we maybe go through a quick example just to make it super clear?
Absolutely. So let's say they ask you, tell me about a time you overcame a challenge. Okay, so your situation could be something like, at my last job, we were launching this new product and the deadline was really tight.
Okay, yeah.
And the task was, meeting that deadline, even though there are all these unexpected problems.
Hmm.
And then your action could be explaining how you reorganized the team or came up with this creative solution.
Yeah.
And the result, well, you launched on time and maybe even exceeded everyone's expectations.
Wow, that's a much better answer than just saying, I'm good at problem solving.
Exactly.
So we've talked about research and the STAR method. What about asking questions at the end of the interview? Is it really that bad to just say, I don't have any questions if you're feeling nervous?
I get why people might feel that way, but actually asking thoughtful questions can help you calm down.
Oh, interesting.
For one thing, it shows you're paying attention and thinking critically.
Makes sense.
And for another, it's your chance to see if the company is a good fit for you.
It's a two-way street.
Exactly.
So what are some good questions to ask?
Instead of jumping into salary and benefits right away, try asking things like, what are the biggest challenges the team is facing right now? Or what are some opportunities for growth within the company?
Okay.
Even something simple like, what does a typical day in this role look like? Can tell you a lot. These kinds of questions show you're thinking long term.
You're not just there for a paycheck.
Right.
All right, now tip number 10 brings up body language. I read somewhere that nonverbal communication can be even more important than what you actually say.
Oh, it definitely can be. Remember, you're telling a story with your words, but your body language might be saying something totally different.
Yeah.
You want to make sure they match up. So things like making eye contact, having a firm handshake, and sitting up straight all project confidence and make you seem more genuine.
It's like they say it's not what you say, it's how you say it, but in this case, it's also how you show it.
Exactly.
Speaking of first impressions, tip number 11 emphasizes following up after the interview. Is a thank you email really still a big deal these days?
It's actually more important than ever.
Right.
A personalized thank you email can make you stand out. Mention something specific that you talked about during the interview.
Okay.
It shows you were really listening and that you're interested. It proves you're willing to go the extra mile.
So not just a generic thanks for your time.
Right.
All right, tips 12 and 13 focus on practice and staying positive. I think we all get those pre-interview jitters.
Yeah, of course.
Any advice for dealing with those?
Well, first of all, it's totally normal to be nervous. Doing some mock interviews with a friend or a mentor can really help you get comfortable with the process. It
Right.
gives you a chance to practice your answers and build up your confidence. And remember, they invited you for an interview because they see something in you. So if you get flustered, it's okay to pause, take a breath, or even ask them to clarify a question.
That's reassuring.
Yeah.
Okay, last but not least, tip number 14 talks about being aware of different cultures.
Right.
How can someone prepare for that, especially in today's global job market?
It's a great question. Doing your research on cultural norms is really important, especially if you're interviewing with a company that has people from different backgrounds, or if the company is based in another country. What might seem confident in one culture could be seen as something else in another.
Yeah.
Understanding those differences shows you're respectful and adaptable.
It makes you a stronger candidate overall.
Absolutely.
So to recap, we've talked about the importance of research, showcasing your skills, using the STAR method, asking smart questions, projecting confidence, and sending a thank you note. Those are all key takeaways.
Absolutely.
Now, here's something for you all to think about as you're getting ready for your interviews. Think of a time when you achieved something, you're really proud of something that shows off your strengths.
Yeah.
How could you use the STAR method to tell that story in a way that will connect with your potential employer?
It's a great exercise.
So there you have it, our deep dive into acing those English job interviews. We hope this advice helps. Remember, confidence comes from preparation, and you've got this. Best of luck with your job search.
You'll do great.